Good morning, Papua New Guinea. Name Blomi and Joe Chinao. Namimba talk or working with the presentation long hydropower na range ba hydropower ba mi talk long em or Mr. Deal one time and Pico hydropower. Now you can move to next level and micro hydropower. Pico hydropower and start low 200 watts you going up long 5,000 watts or 5 kilowatt. Anything above 5 kilowatt na go on top more. Emi go micro hydro, emo big la hydro plants. Okay, before you may start in this presentation, time you deal one time water, you must sabe lo sambla basic fundamental units or understanding. One, you must sabe lo pressure. Pressure units belong him. Only units belong him. And PSI, pounds per square inches, or sometimes Pascal, sometimes kilogram per centimeter squared, or by Camlo bar, BAR, by you looking. So you need to have a lot different pressure scale and stuff where only using inside long planting area. Okay, as you go down, you are looking for some information data must be done correctly. By me explaining here, now time before you gonna starting on the power, severely you first you must ask him the question. Power ba you using the when whose side by using power? How much the man is that for this lab? You need to find out long the total connected load. Now total connected load and you add him all the load or one equipment long all man or using low up now. Add him up and then by got some kind of improvement behind or some kind of development you need to take into consideration estimating so you add him on location total connected load. And important you must have a total connected load. Okay. Now you shall total connected load you may all in pennies. You may go to this water you look in pennies here. Now you like try and put in pico or micro hydropower. Now you may go to this last site. Maybe about measuring three or something. One blah and water head. Another in meters, another and water flow rate. And must have liters per second. Okay, output power now. Tesla output power and potential power. And by me go calculating the Tesla how much power Tesla water can give him the Tesla head and potential power. Now one important point we are stressing here is that potential power time we calculating and must greater than when in total connected load. Because suppose I'm less than total connected load. You got problems suppose you go walking nothing turbine and put in you there's a generator and a software because you know got capacity blown. So that's where you must compare in connected load the potential power. Potential power and minimum turbine no stop yet, no got all the machine is stop yet, no got all the pipe is stop yet, but you need go now you need him this la potential lo this la water lo how much power and we can walk in. Okay? The system that we develop Papua New Guinea and we run 240 volts, 50 hertz. Go to next slide. Okay, you come to the next slide here. Okay, you looking introduction. You can look in this triple on turbine society and all Pico Hydro. All Pico Hydro, ME range from more than 200 watts to 5 kilowatts. And more little long place. Now I'm stressing point here. Now you must have a logo working out head and height, vertical height. Now flow and liters per second. And then distance and meter and most distance and start the way water bagun site, the pipe, ego the way water come out or water bagun site long as the turbine. And more triple important data, lo you working potential power available on the site by me surveying. Now, like me talking here, me discussing the Pico Hydro. You look into the drawing heights. Me bla interest that looks into the height height. Lo intake lo wara gunsa lo pipe come down lo intake lo wara gunsa lo teba. And that is the important something. And then you may need long have a long flow. So anybody may go to the next slide. You look in the tumbler here? This is the next slide, waterhead, and very important. Now, you look in here, you got gravity emerged on top of this tank or water or dam or creek or whatever. You put in pipe, it goes a lot there. Outlet pipe here, and it's the pipe distance here, and by giving me the head loss, you may learn this percent, you will busy location head. You will like several or liquid pressure. Now, the liquid pressure delivered to the turbine inlet here. It must hit in this runnel or turbine. Water flow under the mountain. Come down low this turbine here. It must hit in the run or this rate per second, liters per second. Low delivering this water flow when in the pressure. Low turning this mechanical turbine and a turbine mechanical power. And connected one of them this generator and you can kiss in power now. This picture here. And showing me blows and it's a close coupled generator, minimum and turbine, and by run long, same speed long this alternator. Okay, you looking at this you got formula M star. P or this pressure. P equals to rho GH. This liquid sign of front. You looking at some P, M1 the Greek letter, only talk rho. Now M is representing density. Density of water is 1. Then you multiply by gravity. Gravity is 9.8 meters per second. Now you must have a water head H. Now you plug in inside of the formula. Now you back some liquid pressure. Liquid pressure at the inlet of the turbine. There's a liquid pressure. Turbine in your start here. Valve and pass and me plus M liquid pressure. Long Tesla time M in or radial because liquid pressure M but drop little time me connecting pipe because loss of head. And by me explaining further on long next slide. Okay, maybe color 2+ slide again. Low on top, it's the 2+ slide. And you can look in the tank here, the top one here. It's the tank here. Liquid pressure. Liquid pressure, the basic requirements of all hydropower system is the same for hydro plant. All the hydro plant or water is the same principle with the triple data, head, flow, and distance. We must know the head to know the liquid pressure in Pascal. Pressure here, and by in Pascal. Time you work in calculation, your pressure will be in Pascal. And by not in kilogram per centimeter squared. And we don't have sample of bar, and we don't have sample of PSI. This like unit value, but this like formula you by kissing Pascal. PASCAL. Liquid pressure is given by the formula. You got to all explaining the term here. There's the liquid pressure rho G. Pressure equals to gravity times density times height. Now you need by kissing this la liquid pressure. Okay, liquid pressure me explaining what is la darla blue tank lo tumbler here. This la blue tank here start here. Now you can look in. Pressure is not dependent on volume. You can get triple around water now you must see one type. Yes, you got volume to the time you know that head. And by using liquid flow, you look in the tank, you walk in whole or top, you walk in the second, you walk in the third. You need him height. You need him height. And then water lo first top one and bakala close to lo namel and bakala go namel liquid and the third one and go long way. It depends on height. Lo you look is in the liquid pressure. You can still kiss him low head, na high volume, low still working power, impossible because you got all kind different turbine and stuff. Okay, you may go down on the next slide here. Now this is a green turbine here. And you looking there? Now this is a green turbine. Me explaining this is a turbine here. Okay, water ember stop on top of the mountain, Ronnie come down, na hit him with a turbine, na ember turning. Ember turning, deliver him the mechanical power, only it's a belt coupling, belt driven system. So you got big diameter outside, little diameter driven side. Now you operate him all same, now you back him power. Now me explaining bigly. Time you go buy on the generator or store, you working on the homemade turbine. Now you like working power. You go buy this generator, you must check him, task finish, you must check him, RPM, revolution per minute. Now you must have how much voltage and by giving. All by putting on a nameplate long, this generator. Okay, you went up here, let me give you an example. Let me talk about them. If a generator rated at 1500 RPM, 240 volts, then the small and big pulley ratio here, you must calculate into the exact size, location 1500 RPM, deliver to the generator, location 240 volts. Suppose you kiss him wrong diameter calculation and you put him speedy can run slow generator, and you don't have to kiss him with 240 volts, you kiss him less than that. Now, but you talk, why now? Power, I mean, put him light, then you come on because you run the low speed. You are not running at 1500 RPM, you are running at maybe 1000 RPM. Now, you don't have option 240 volts with this lab. So you can look in the diagram shows a belt-driven system where turbines with large diameter is connected to the electrical generator through a small diameter pulley. Selection of the pulley here and very important, and you can work him out. So you can look him here, upside straight blue and formula of work him out pulley diameter size. You only know, or you only have to know RPM of generator. Na pulley belong upside lo drive side, you can put in pulley na finding one pulley lo driven side lo matching lo kissing speed lo generating power. Okay, now lo power transfer you talk some you look in this light on here. Power M equals to flow rate times your liquid pressure, you multiply by efficiency. Now efficiency comes in. Time turbine in or stop no got efficiency and potential power. Time you running now back at loss, so you need lo multiply, you got loss. Power output here. And by your browsing loss or power output minus him less the loss to you and by giving you net power. This net power will be delivered to the alternator. No, giving you this power. So you may go along next slide time long. Now this is the next slide here, and pressure the head. Pressure on the head. Example, suppose you serve him on the creek. Now you kiss him 10 meter head. Now you use him this formula, liquid pressure is equal to rho GH and gravity, density times gravity times height. Now you use him this liquid pressure. Now you can look him M1 times 9.8 times 10, 1 ME density. So plenty time but you look him only know now put him 1 over put him 9.8 times 10 because wasting time to put him 1 because 1 times 9.8 and 9.8, so use him 9.8 as well because density of water fixed density and gravity and big man yet setting finish the time and kira walking with the ground density and remain the same since ground kira na 9.8 meters per second. Go recreate in this land 9.8 meters per second. I'm stop long time. I'm on money go find him now little now 9.8 meters per second but Amy low ground. Okay, liquid pressure is not dependent on volume of water but on height of water. The diagram below I'm showing you that 3 different volume of water at the same height. You look in the left hand side here. You got leak baby water, you got triple round water, you got one black kind of water, one time all kind flow na volume long come down. That's all time you see head long on. connecting pressure gauge go long all. Lo underneath long this la or waraya. You back is him same reading because all his stuff lo same height. And you can confirm him though this experiment of side here where you can look him as different head now and by giving me like different liquid pressure. Liquid pressure our water should come long on triple hole of side here. And you can look him the one stop underneath through here and go long way straight. So you can go drive around water. That's all you got legal head. And nozzle on top here and become low short but he got all turbine on designing low handling low head, come low medium head, now come low high head. He got different types of turbine. Some turbine only call him he got Pelton wheel, Kaplan turbine, Francis turbine, and upcast long Pelton wheel plus Kaplan turbine. Or put him to the creating one black kind turbine, and then he got another type, John Ball turbine, behind Bamisho later. So now you may go on next slide. Now me come back and look what is Pascal. You can look him. What is Pascal? Pascal standard international unit for pressure and Pascal. Sometimes you come across pressure gauge. Now you by looking PSI, pounds per square inches, or kilogram per centimeter squared, or bar. Now you need to using this la pressure lo gauge lo converting me go lo head. You must have some time you read him gauge. I'm giving you head. Yeah? The Pascal can be expressed using the derived unit, so you kiss him this layer. Base unit long Pascal or this la pressure. 1 Pascal equals to 1 Newton per centimeter squared, M equals to 1 kilogram per meter squared. So N is in Newton, M is tablo meter, kg, M lo kilogram, the S, M tablo second. So you need to revise him or some basic units belong all like head, na pressure, na meter, na kilogram, na volume, na density, and this you must go na the self-educating you know this. Now you may go on next slide here. Next slide here, I'm showing you the head. How to measure head or height. So this la formula you may la find him head. This la pressure lo yellow gland tap long up here. M equals to rho GH. This la density and gravity and big man walking them stop finish. It's fixed forever in a ground finish. Now height so let me need to find him. Head is measured exactly the same method used by the surveyors or surveyor master marker. Okay, 4 way to measure him head. 1, you go find him now, hire him on the surveyor, give him lunch money. Now by using on the legal instrument also theodolite. Now by kissing incremental reading from Tamblo long way inlet the pipe inside the turbine or long and we can start long on top of where whatever inside the pipe. Each every way start and yet about him the easy way make him. So you by looking. Never salim on the money go long one that distance. The money about only one black and DY. Now ember level him this la theodolite long him. Now ember kiss him reading up time and me looking more theodolite long him and me level and focus him this la stick here come long this la theodolite long him now ember kiss him exact reading the crosshair long this la theodolite now ember note in the notebook long him. But you look him say I'm carrying notebook. Now pen, now all the time I'm him reading and recording. I'm him this now I'm salim walkman long go next distance again. Now I'm repeating same thing. He is getting the incremental head. And by kissing one head lo tamblo go lo top or top come no tamblo. Now I'm by adding all that a legal head and I'm by kissing total head. That's the total head now, MH, yeah? Now you plug in inside on this la H formula and tabla block is liquid pressure. Method 2, same thing, but I'm showing you blah. You know, use him theater light or use him on them. You use him some kind way long. We may improvise long. Kiss him some kind estimate. You may use him as a master market him, but you may use him one the old method where all lines are using before. So this little method there, and by giving me one black kind average, so close to figure long head. So one black method using incremental head low top come down or low time low go on top down and low. Where water bagunsa lo teban na go on top and by go long inlet long turbine. I mean, making mistake here and the intake of the water source down. Okay, method 3, you can, and same thing was in the top one, but you measure from the bottom of the turbine to the top of the intake water source in reverse long. Method 2, number 3, M3 and 4, you connecting this line. You connecting one blood good blood pressure gauge with a scale in Pascal, or it can be in PSI, or it can be in bar, or it can be in kilogram per centimeter squared. But you need to converting this la, or you need you can go to Pascal, or you need to converting this la pressure reading or height. You got tables is stuff. You got table stuff. So what you do is you keep him on the water hose. Now you join him going up the mountain. You look him diagram, me give him a leak hose there. And me go on top all the mountain, you got pressure gauge connected long. You let him water flow out, lo tumbler, you start tumbler, let him water flow out, lo this leak because some garden hose. Now time water it should come out finish, you look him knock out air down, you connect him pressure gauge long. Now you got kiss him one blood reading. Now this reading in pressure. You convert him on your head using tables. Method 5, you can use him on the string line or some surveyor make him. Yeah? You know got one blah something, but you use him one blah line level, now one blah string line, now you measure him incremental head too, same thing. The top down or bottom up. After you may use him this like one method and suit him you. Me but recommend him also you like using this la you like using method 4M easy plan way through you like can give me call me can explain him like you like me try to find him pressure gauge long build him one blah no me can use him because me more simple na easy you can claim incremental head using pressure. Okay, number 2 something but you must make him after you finish no kiss him this la all measurements flow head there. You must have a long calculating flow rate or working out flow rate in liters per second or calculating potential power. Okay, you may look at all methods for measuring head. Now this la you look at you measuring downhill. How to measure downhill and meet up finish here and same old same. Master Mark you remember this la time you am measuring uphill. This la measuring downhill. This la measuring downhill. Okay, downhill. This la man want them green plus shade long and lo anta. And basalim this la boy belong come stand up or tam lawyer lo one him distance only feel him comfortable or kiss him measurement. Okay, green bla and by using one bla kind auto level shooter. I make one bla kind level na and we can focus him to na kiss him reading on top of this stick and stick. You can mark him, you can put him mambo. Or you can put him some like kind little DIY one top na put him mark long him or no god. Plenty time we sex him tape mesa na put him tape mesa pass him to this lab. Mambo or pit one top na you stand up in this lab. The man on top look na Emmy can kiss him close to long reading and walking long him. Then Emma can work him out this la and what I'm kissing here and measure the height. You can look him on this la drawing here and then and by subtracting off long this la height of level. This la height of level here. height lo mania yet all marking pins lo dy tamblo ya. So all by subtracting height lo mania. Now all by subtracting height lo mania from this la top height here and kisim ya. Now you ba kisim head of leg one. So this la part lo this la height of level here and height lo this la mania here. Suppose you start in picture good and by you looking. Now this la green set become sun up long where red set just up long and where all been put him stick here. Okay, mania on top and movie come down. Red set come down, green set become sun up long where all been put him stick long and look measurement. And by repeating same something. And by measuring total measured height. Now and by subtracting height long and yet lo this la. Height long and marking pin is lo stick. Okay, me just explaining the this la shooter level there. Normally you look at this shooter level on the you can cut him on the ligica pipe, PVC pipe, 20 mil, 25 mil. Now you just leave it so long and focus him go down the half. Now you can just think him that's all of them. Oh okay, reading him by start or center or where me looking long him. You imagine him that's all and got cross here. Now you just keep him reading here. All we need is an estimate. Now you walk him, repeating this layer from leg 1 or leg 2. Then by you go down, repeat, will come up in leg the powerhouse. Now you add him this la all that a total leg here. Now you back kiss him this la one total height. Now you make a look to the slide again. Now method number 3. Method number 3. Convert pressure on pressure gauge to read head meter in meter. You convert in pressure to meter. Pressure depends on height. Now, in all of volume, me explaining this. Now you look in this diagram here. This diagram I'm showing most different volume, the same height, liquid pressure, and same reading by you kiss him. Now method you use him here. You may correct him on the long hose. You look in this pressure gauge. Long blouse go on top of them, or you can kiss him incremental. You can start low on top and come down, so that you got low shop la horse. You can first horse reading, you add him second reading, third reading, fourth reading, come down, come out of there. So you don't need to carry one long horse, 20 to 30 meter horse. I mean up one pressure gauge at such a long M. You don't need to carry him mama pipe or one low ball or measuring. You can legally tube the all. Now connecting pressure gauge long M. Now principle of pressure gauge M depend long head pressure gauge and walk head reading and by giving you head pressure. Now you convert him to pressure go height using table. Okay, you look into the pressure gauge and read him around 94, 95, 90, somewhere around there. Okay, now you may come down this pressure gauge now here. You look into the pressure gauge method number 4, in fact, and part from method number 3. Okay, you look in this layer, now you meet up the pressure gauge here. Pressure gauge here, and you read him around 94, 5, 7 or 6 PSI, pounds per square inches. And kiss him pounds per square inches here. You know not to kiss him this 95, now put him inside the formula, and by you probably more or something or liquid pressure. Now you look at 97.5, I'm close to the 97.45 long table. You go look in this table, you start look first column come the last column look pounds per square inch PSI. PSI and pounds per square inch were gauge and reading. Now you can start reading. You look towards your left, your head and feet. Now you look in, you got 2 to 5 feet. Okay, you can start 2 to 5 feet. Now you look in the tableau here, there's the formula here. You know now put in 2 to 5 feet low heights. And by you kissing one black and pressure and I use. I'm a massive killing you nothing of them. Now you book him in a power up. No, it's not 2 to 5 feet. You have to convert it to meter. Everything must be in meter. Now you go back looking at the table. 1 foot equals to 3.305 meter per foot. You multiply 2 to 5 times 0.305 meter per foot, feet cancel. Now you left with meter. Now you can 68.66 meter. Now this la pica, you plug in most of the heights. Now you get your liquid pressure, the true liquid pressure now. Now you may go on next method, yeah. This la next method, you can look at method number 5, yeah. Me explaining finish. You kiss him on the string line and line level. Line level. You look on the no pixel or tumbler, yeah, got on the yellow or something and send up on line is double click him and up on line and line level. So you put him line level, you start the pipe intake, yeah, you bring him come the first mambo, pit, you send up him on tabla, tight him string line. Now you look him line level, and go, and level now. You kiss him start reading height arrow, yeah, black plus top, top, yeah. Low height A, yeah, okay. Now you talk him man, yeah, or you come down low B, you put him this la stick or pit on him low B, or you can kiss him on the kind DY. But here, look, this the second part of put him here, all put him spirit level. Suppose short the distance, you can put him spirit level. Now you level him, go, now time him level, kiss him height B. Height B, M incremental head, you come down. You use him string line. Okay, this is the string line. You move, come down again, now you work him same thing. You put him line level, M level, kiss him height C. Then you am no height D. Now you add him height D, height C, height B, height A. You him total height in meter. And one the way you can work him, but also like me talk. Me recommend him also you kiss him pressure gauge. Lo use him because M is more easy. Lo you lo carry him round. But time you look at you got this la all method and stuff, okay? But you may look lo this la drawing lo time lo again. Next slide, yeah. Okay, this la slide. Measuring flow in liters per second. Now you look in this la. You got few ways to measuring flow of water in liters per second. Now I mean by mentioning two blood as well because time you may deal with a Pico Hydro. Or maybe I can use him this la. Even you can measure him Pico Hydro, you can use him bucket method, or you can use him this la float method. Low side, long one up, or micro hydro, like only you can use him float method. So me explain him lo here. Bucket method. You bring him on the water, na pass him stone no water, leak come out lo up, you bring him, na put him on the pipe. Now collect him this la all that the water got some kind of overflow. Then you suppose him you need long pass him all that now put him on the barret or some kind something where now water come lo one block way you put him bucket. You know not to kiss him bucket, nothing go put him. You need lo sabe lo volume lo bucket. How much liter lo this la bucket? 20 liter bucket or 40 liter bucket or 1 kind liter. Suppose you put him on the 44 gallon drum and 200 liter, yeah. So me give him example on tumbler, yeah, you go look him example. If you use a 20 liter drum, use him 20 liter drum, let me take him average. You need long time him this like a couple of times like him average. Time him. Stop watch here, time him. Now you him average for 20 seconds after so many trial. Now you survey you can flow in liters per second. Suppose there's like 200 liter drum. And you shall pull up every 20 seconds. All get 20 seconds, 200 liter drum here and pull up. Every 20 seconds, 20 liter drum here and pull up. Now you divide him 200 liters by 20 seconds. You make him 10 liters per second. This is the flow rate in second here. This is the figure we are looking for, liters per second. Put in the formula here. Okay, this is the float method. You looking when me drawing on and tumbling. You go on this la water. You go on this la water float method of estimating flow or kitchen flow here. You mark him out on the section of creek. You must measure him width, length, and height. Height and depth long him, but this la height here. Water I got kind depth long him, so you need to kiss him kind depth inside of this land and kiss him average. This la width and pitch. You bring him water and you have a run lo this la width. Length you have a finish of a run lo this la length you mark him long. Example make him lo here. 1 meter width, 2 meter length, height am 70 centimeter. Yuksim more that height go. Na ino na yuksim meter, so you average yuksim centimeter. A lot of me work on centimeter, but now you come outside. Volume of mark block here of water. Where you mean mark him long him here? This la volume long him low. This la section. Length times width times height. Block this la. Now 1 cubic meter equals to 1,000 liters. You must have a little bit. 1,000 liters equals to 1 cubic meter. 1 cubic meter is 1 meter by 1 meter by 1 meter. You get 1 cubic meter. Okay, example, example me giving me width equals to 1 meter, length equals to 2 meter, and depth and average you see kind depth you see 70 centimeter. You must now convert him 70 centimeter to meter, which is 0.7 meter. You don't have to multiply meter by centimeter. No, it has to be meter by meter by meter. Okay? Now, volume of this time we convert him now. I mean 1 meter times 2 meter times 0.7 meter, 1.4 cubic meter. Now 1.4 cubic meters. I mean 1,400 liters load. This la section me bla marking. Once you miss this la volume of the section. Maybe I need long walk him out liters per second. How about you me walk him? You go down long. This la picture me put him long on top here. But me talk on top, so now me come down on this layer. Now you look him. You mark him length, width, and height. Length, width, and depth, 70 centimeter. You look him slap picture good area, you mark him long him. Now you have a penis with some inside of this area and 1,400 liters. Sa move this la area. That's all you know sabe how much per second sa move this la. But you have some volume here. And 1,400 liters of this la area. And now you need some floater. You put him on the floater on the start line. You time him the stopwatch, he can finish long. End long him. You walk him a couple of times, you see some reading, now you can look him time long him, you need to measure him, you build him table for you. Time 1, time 2, time 3, time 4, time 5, time 6. How much time and take the float he come down? You make him as much time as you can, but here me put him 10 sample. Now total time is you add him this la, you divide him by the number of times you see me, and by giving you average. You know, seven average, go work in mathematics study, you know, you got 7 or average. Same thing long depth. Depth, you kiss him average depth here. Inside of the slab, you put him tape measure, a number inside of the section, you mark him and you kiss him depth 1, low half, depth 2, low time low, depth 3, low lamel, depth 4, low on top. You kiss him finish now. You work him out average depth. Now by you kiss him, working out average depth. So here, Lord, is a two measurement. You may him average time and average depth. So you look him, same figure, me put him long. Example, me mark him long 1 blah. This a cube, me put him on first slide there. Now you look him volume equals to 2 meter by 2 meter times 7.7 meter. You kiss him 1,400 liters. If the average time of the floater works out to be 5 seconds, then the flow rate is 1,400. You must divide it by 5. Me making mistake of 7, but let's say table below give me 7 seconds. Now 1,400 divided by 7. Flow rate about 200 liters per second. So mistake long upside your 5 seconds. You can change him going by 7 seconds. Now you may move long. Power calculation. Now power calculations comes from the water volume per second running down the pipe, and we run go down the pipe around the turbine. With the measured height here and the volume. Now we can calculate potential power. Turbine no stop yet. Potential power. You know go set up in turbine. You may go work in potential power. This is the potential power Mibla must have. Is it greater than the connected load placed by you? Putting power along him, connecting all man. Now, there's the liquid pressure, which is the gross head. Yeah, and you know putting one something. You got net head, gross head. Gross and potential head. Now times flow rate times liters per second equals watts. That's potential power. Now, time potential power and greater than connected load. And maybe I can celebrate now, you may start work now because maybe I can find him turbine, put him on this location. That I message them give me blood of gross head and meet up so you may work him out potential power. In real situation, time turbine them start, there will be a pressure drop at the inlet of the turbine. Pressure loss is due to this la pipe here. Water flow of pipe and creating resistance. That is the resistance to flow creates a loss in head pressure. Loss in head pressure now. And me dropping efficiency belong this la turbine now ever reducing power belong this la alternator. So net power now. It's like net power and you make him long potential power subtracting loss we make seems like normally the uh, loss head you may let them long all manufacturers are working now normally from so many experiments working it's between 60 to 70%, so you can plug him 60% in or 70% so that you can now work him out. Net power equals to liquid pressure times volume in liters per second. Now plug in efficiency, you can to 0.6 or 0.7. That gives him some like an idea or some, okay, maybe I can generate him this like actual power of this like water. Okay, me come down low head and flow again. Head and power. Head and power relationship. What we measure is gross head. You mean measuring potential power, it is give us potential power. Gross head give me the potential power. That is the power available on that creek. Lo Tesla place and me potential power. Time me selecting turbine, lo base, lo calculation, and me considering efficiency. Then me blaba selecting the turbine. You can order him. Now me blaba kissing me come or you blaba kissing me come. Is la all turbine is supplied all over the world. You can get it out of China. You can get it out of New Zealand. You can get it out of Australia. So where efficiency comes in, and me by affecting this la output from power and legally loss, but everything has a loss. So through head there, net head equals to gross head minus head loss. Head loss. People learn long all manufacturers no line over working, but in fact, me talking is here. Time you work him out this like you just put in this like formula long power and you multiply by 0.6 or 0.7 efficiency, location some like an idea. Now potential power M20. Suppose you talk as an example, net head is 20 meter net head. Flow rate 25 liters per second. So 25 liters per second times 20 times 9.8 meters per second, it makes him 4,905 watts. Tesla is potential power. Potential power. Now density M1. Usually unit efficiency that comes into consideration. We will leave that to the supplier, but normally we apply 60 to 70% efficiency. So above example now low efficiency 4.6. Net power now about 20 meter times 25 liters per second times 9.8 meters per second, which is potential power. Now you multiply by efficiency, you back him through the power and come out, which is 2,943 watts, which is close to 3 kilowatt turbine. Below me mass pining. Okay, me go to next 2+ slide. The first one up there, turbine types. You got kind turbine sub market. Now all get a turbine on working the generation plant, now put him all up there. And more long take care of different head, now flow, location maximum power. So you got all different types of Pelton wheel turbine, Kaplan turbine for high head, low flow, and then Francis turbine, a John Wall turbine. This little turbine only selecting the low head, high flow, or high flow, low head, or enamel or between. So only select him or reduce him or increase him efficiency so that you can kiss him right turbine or put him one him up, you like make him. So you make the next slide there, YouTube. Now me quote him you now, YouTube. People who self-educate themselves tend to be more creative, innovative, smarter, and more intelligent than people who seek formal qualification to get a piece of paper. You by looking at some mechanic. All you know go to school, that's all you can strip him engine the car apart and put him go back and start him and run and move the car. How now working all no go to school, all no at any one like training, no got paper belong all, but they've self-educated themselves. There is a lot of people who self-educated themselves and they are very successful. No got paper, but they are employing people with the paper. So I'm encouraging you to self-educate yourself. Go on YouTube and look in thousands, hundreds of videos on how to build your own homemade turbine. Where you can improvise, build him where whatever is around you, build him turbine. It's possible. We just have to think. Now, you by thinking of some, oh, maybe I'm using 240 volts, now 50 hertz, now maybe like using fan, now using something. Sometimes you don't have 240 volts. You know can worry or you know can think plan it to muscles. You can see one the low voltage. He got way low, maybe like bring him come on top of 240 volts. You can use him transformer. Or you can use him inverter. All you do is a low voltage. You use him with send him go down you can kiss him 12 volts or 24 volts DC. Now you use him battery. Now you charge him up, you use him inverter, now you got 240 volts, you can use him computably, you can use him anything to place. You now convert DC to AC. Technology and stuff. Go to YouTube. Okay, next slide, you come on top. You get what you want. Now, this is an example belong one plawara mi go na mi measuring. Na kisim data, na time check him this la wara. Head belong me 11 meter. Na flow ya 45 liters per second. Okay, mi salim golol supplier. Na mi to mi play using 240 volts. Now you look in this la turbine city blue palette here, low left hand side. All salim is la now quoting me for nearly 5,000 US dollars. And blow one man him like him, but I mean no come back on me, but you can look him. Maybe I give him head, maybe I give him flow, maybe I give him distance, maybe I give him voltage. Now all yet by walking out and then also EMIA 3 kilowatt turbine direct couple. Efficiency belong him 60%. And then rated power belong him 230 volts. 230 volts can work on any equipment on 240, 220, 200 to 245, it will still work. And 50 hertz of working out finish here, they calculate it. Now on top speed when the turbine on putting time lawyer rated rotation on speed here is 1500 RPM. Now phase 1 minimum some 240 volts or so by you kiss him. Okay, all our plan specification long only give him. Also now maybe wait and check you. Or wait to check all them still or wait it because online me go walking walk long all only no money. So I'm good like exercise maybe in walking. You make the next slide. Finally, conclusion. Okay, conclusion of time last one time showing you the door to explain and improvise. This like once you have the idea now, data, head, flow, distance, connected load. Now you can sell him go to supplier. Now all by supply him, now match him this data bill or this location bill or deliver him this power you like him long him. They already all by selecting pipe size too. You go back now you look him this all been selling this turbine blue flyer last presentation, last page here, second last. Only even give him pipe size, roughly 50 millimeter. Now, we connect in 50 millimeter pipe on top of mountain and go down straight no mouse no the turbine and open wara na mega power pins. Now this the turbine or where mixing code long it's a fixed speed, a fixed power. Fixed speed because you know got govern. You set him speed blender and run or delivering 240 volts low Tesla speed at 1500 RPM you get 240 volts. Me look him this only no give me some information on governor and speed control, but some way lo control him speed. You got governor lo control him flow rating inside long turbine lo maintain him 1500 lo kiss him 240 volts. So Mibla or say Mibla act or some consultant as all where you go surveying area you can bring in Mibla na maybe can help him you long try him lo set him na commission him na give him you direction maybe no need lo come lo walk him maybe round lo papani sebe molwara na I think maybe come to a stage where now maybe must show him you lo go lo mesere molwara. You can go to YouTube. You got kind wheel of building turbine. You can walk him kind turbine wheel. You go and look him how to do it yourself. Now connect him to all plus generator or alternator block car, now regulator block car. Now you can got power. Me talk finish here 12 volts or 24 volts. Hey me napia, you can walk him change the place where you want him. That's like voltage. You know can worry suppose you know him 240 volts. He got way lucky him 240 volts and stuff. So this is a written presentation here and based on own experience na self-education below me. Now you can look him this la paper and a presentation. Now you can correct him. You can put him own input below you. You can work him comments below you. Salim can know me can look him na me can update him to the presentation na Salim again below you. So it's all about learning. So thank you very much. Now at the end of the presentation. See you Papua New Guinea.